What if the next piece of defensive gear you buy doesn't use gunpowder at all? Stick around. You're about to see compressed air monsters, electromagnetic oddities, magazine-fed slingshots, and less lethal launchers that behave like real tools, not toys. In this series, we break down how each platform actually performs. Measured energy, refill logistics, magazine capacity, and real-world roles from backyard pest control to home defense and law enforcement duty. Expect clear, practical testing points you can run at the range, real limitations you need to budget for, and no hype. Just usable facts so you can decide whether to buy, train with, or ignore each entry. Tune in for the hard numbers and the owner's checklist. Like and follow Firearm Standard. AEA Harpoon. Think of the AEA Harpoon as a pocket-sized declaration. I don't need gunpowder to make an argument. On paper, it reads like a curated oddball. Double barrels, multi-caliber cartridges, and a choice of short, approximately 4 inches, or long, approximately 11 inches barrels. But the way it delivers energy is what makes it notable. This is a true pre-charged pneumatic big-bore pistol, slug-capable, slug-focused performance, and in the 72 caliber version, the ability to toggle into 12-gauge birdshot use. That kind of flexibility is rare in one platform. Mechanics and ergonomics. The AEA Harpoon uses 2 independent high-pressure cartridges, one per barrel, each rated to 5,000 pounds per square inch. That gives you 2 full-power shots before a swap or refill. At 3 pounds, it's lighter than you expect for the output it produces. The short barrel makes it very compact. The long barrel improves velocity and sight radius. The design invites tactical use. Load different projectiles in each chamber, slugs versus birdshot or different calibers, and choose the effect you want on the fly. That 2-barrel, 2-cartridge layout also means a specific logistical consideration. You need a 5,000 pounds per square inch fill solution. Not every backyard shooter has that. Plan for it. With measured muzzle energies in the 110 to 150 foot-pound range at roughly 600 to 750 feet per second, the AEA Harpoon sits in the serious big-bore air zone. It's not a plinker. It's a tool for heavy pest control, specialized hunting in jurisdictions where legal, or for an enthusiast who wants ballistic punch without a centerfire. 2 practical constraints govern real-world use: the need to carry spare cartridges or a fill rig, and the relatively low shot count before refill compared to multi-shot pre-charged pneumatic rifles. Still, when both barrels go off, simultaneously or in quick succession, the effect is close to a small cannon. That's not hyperbole for the intended market. Real-world verdict: the AEA Harpoon is a specialized tool with a clear personality. It rewards owners who accept the compressed air logistics and want big-bore performance in a compact package. Price near $439 positions it as an attainable entry into serious pre-charged pneumatic territory. Value depends on how much you prioritize mechanical uniqueness and raw impact over magazine capacity and simple resupply. FN303 Tactical. The FN303 Tactical platform is the grown-up, less lethal option in this lineup. Where many launchers are single-shot or manually operated, the FN303 Tactical answers with semi-automatic operation, a 15-round drum, and modular ergonomics adapted from the FN SCAR family. The result is a system that was modernized to meet actual operational requests from police units: better handling, adjustable stock geometry, and reduced maintenance burden. The tactical variant trims and repositions mass, with a shorter tank and a 7.6-inch barrel to improve balance and handling. The full Picatinny rail and adjustable polymer sights give you a proper sighting solution, and the mil-spec A2 grip keeps the controls familiar for shooters used to AR platforms. Internally, the air operating system upgrades lower maintenance needs and extends service life. The system can fire 5,000 projectiles before first maintenance, a useful metric for agencies. Tactical advantages: semi-auto capability plus a high-capacity drum changes doctrines. Multiple strikes can be delivered without the delay of manual cycling. Operational caveats: less lethal doesn't mean no risk. Agencies and operators must understand terminal effects of impact munitions on different targets. The FN303 Tactical is an operational tool built to optimize shot placement and reduce user fatigue, but it still requires training for gap distances, vertical offset, and scenario planning. Real-world verdict: the FN303 Tactical is a law enforcement workhorse, upgraded for repeatable, rapid, less lethal deployment. For anyone expecting single-shot simplicity, this one rewrites playbooks. Think of it as a police-oriented, pre-charged pneumatic platform that puts follow-through on the table. priced near $1,249.98. Hatsan Velox. Hatsan's Velox entry reads like a compact regulated sniper in miniature. Offered in .177, .22, and .25, it uses a 55 cubic centimeter, 250 bar tank under the barrel and a Foster valve fill, plus a built-in pressure meter. The system is designed to deliver high muzzle velocity and a respectable number of shots per fill, up to 22 shots at optimal pressure, which places it between youth-oriented air pistols and serious hunting pre-charged pneumatic pistols. The Velox uses detachable rotary magazines, 14 pellets, a 5.5-inch steel barrel with muzzle threading, fiber optic sights front and rear, and a top 1911 rail for optics. The integrated pressure gauge and regulated fill design point to consistent shot-to-shot performance. Because power levels can approach regulated air thresholds, some jurisdictions treat the Velox as a regulated firearm. Licensing or registration may be required. Practical use and compliance. This isn't a toy. With the power levels described, it's appropriate for pest control, small game hunting where legal, and for shooters who want a compact, repeatable tool. Buyers must be aware of local laws. In places where high-powered air guns are controlled, paperwork and compliance are part of ownership. Compact at 4 to 5 pounds, and with a multi-shot rotary feed, the Velox balances sustain with portability. The fiber optic sights and Picatinny optics option make it easy to set up for both iron sight work and scoped precision. Expect consistent velocities from the regulator and test for magazine feed reliability and barrel harmonics with heavier pellets. Real-world verdict: Hatsan's Velox is for the shooter who wants more than a backyard plinker but less than a full-size pre-charged pneumatic rifle. It's a serious regulated tool. Treat it with the same respect you'd give a centerfire in terms of safety and legal awareness. Price near $399. Byrna TCR. The Byrna TCR represents the practical end of the less lethal spectrum. Comfortable ergonomics, accessory readiness, and mission-driven features. The tire comes with Magpul-style sling mounts, an extra-large textured grip, a hand stop, and a UTG Pro 5-inch handguard with Picatinny rails. It's built for control, whether you're doing close-quarters defense or repetitive training. The tier runs on carbon dioxide with a 9 cubic inch tank and delivers measured energies in the 55 to 70 joule range, depending on barrel length and configuration. The 8+1 standard magazine and optional 25-round drum, plus approximately 39 shots per full 9 cubic inch tank, offer operational endurance better than many spring or carbon dioxide competitors. Ergonomics and modularity. The tire's kit-style approach, grip stop, sling point, and rails make it straightforward to add lights, lasers, or optics. That makes it a useful platform for home defense training that mirrors AR ergonomics without the legislative baggage of a centerfire rifle in some places. It's still less lethal by intent, and its stopping effect is designed to incapacitate or deter rather than be fatal. Owners should consider magazine choices, spare tanks, and carbon dioxide logistics. Tanks and adapters cost real money. Keep extras if you plan high-volume training. Real-world verdict: the tier is a dependable, modular choice for someone who wants a safe-by-design carbine that mimics AR handling. It's straightforward, easy to accessorize, and builds competency for owners who want to train without centerfire recoil or legal complexity. Price near $799.99. PB4SP. The PB4SP, sold into the United States as the M11 in its import configuration, plays the role of a compact, always-ready, less lethal pistol. What makes it stand out isn't subtlety but intent: an integrated electrical priming system, a built-in laser aiming device, and cartridges that are proprietary enough to limit misuse. The muzzle energy figure of 91 joules, and an effective practical range of about 5 meters, with potential engagement out to 10 meters in certain circumstances. Ergonomics and controls. There are no manual safety switches described. The design is locked and loaded from a user control standpoint. The laser and electrical primer are powered by an internal battery. That gives the pistol immediate readiness, but it also means battery management is responsibility number one. Cartridges are single-use and keyed to the platform, which means aftermarket experimentation is unlikely, and that logistics are centered on sourcing the right factory ammunition. At 91 joules, the PB4SP is delivering enough kinetic energy to stun and to cause significant pain or blunt trauma at close distances. Lethality isn't impossible at a head or point-blank impact. That's an important legal and ethical consideration. Less lethal doesn't mean non-harmful. For home defense or law enforcement backup use where stopping power is needed without traditional bullets, the PB4SP is a compact option, but operators must train to avoid headshots and to understand the variable stopping power on different body types and clothing. Price near $250. Umarex T4E TC68 Carbine. The Umarex T4E TC68 Carbine is an AR-15 style surrogate designed to navigate the gap between training, home defense, and intermediate force options. It launches 68 caliber projectiles such as core pepperball rounds and is powered by either a single 88-gram carbon dioxide canister or paired 12-gram cartridges with a quick pierce adapter. Configuration and performance: semi-automatic and select fire variants, with muzzle energy coefficients ranging from 7.5 joules in the low-power edition up to 40 joules in the high-power variant. The standard 20-round detachable magazine system, coupled with the option to chain magazines for rapid reloads, mirrors centerfire ergonomics for training transfers. A single full 88-gram carbon dioxide canister is quoted at roughly 200 rounds in realistic use before velocity drop-off, which makes extended drills feasible without constant gas swaps. Carbon dioxide logistics are front and center. Stock up on 88-gram canisters or 12-gram capsules and keep a quick pierce adapter on hand. Magazine coupling is practical for rapid reloading, but changes balance and handling. Test that configuration before relying on it in a dynamic scenario. The select fire variants produce higher joule ratings and therefore different terminal characteristics. Ensure your intent matches the model you purchase. Price near $449.95. Lancehead F1. The Lancehead F1 is presented as a departure from conventional limb-driven crossbows. Its designers use micro-limb torsion elements that compress and store energy differently than classic recurve or compound systems. The weapon mass of 9.9 pounds, a projectile speed at 370 feet per second, a width of 3.9 inches, and a retail price of $1,999. Performance and design. With a 370 feet per second arrow speed and hunting-grade build quality, the Lancehead F1 is positioned as a serious hunting tool rather than a toy or casual plinking setup. The compact width and patented torsion micro-limb assembly offer a narrow footprint, which benefits maneuverability in tight cover or a blind. The price of $1,999 puts it firmly in the premium consumer segment. Ergonomics and intent. At 9.9 pounds, the Lancehead F1 isn't light, but it carries shooting stability and kinetic delivery for mid-range hunting applications. The narrative frames it as the world's first hunting-grade torsion crossbow, suggesting a focus on accuracy and repeatable performance rather than novelty. The Lancehead F1 is a high-end, compact hunting crossbow that trades lightweight for a narrow profile and advanced torsion mechanics. If you want a ready-to-hunt, modern take on crossbow design, and you can justify the $1,999 price tag, it delivers a credible hunting platform. RSX-7 Doomsday. The RSX-7 Doomsday markets itself as a hybrid between a slingshot and a compact crossbow. It offers a built-in magazine holding up to 48mm ball bearings or a single crossbow bolt and a user-adjustable front handle to tune power. The manufacturer quotes effective targets as far as 300 feet for small targets, and the unit weight is about 4.4 pounds. The retail price near $249. Design and legal chatter. The RSX-7 Doomsday's magazine-fed concept and Picatinny rail invite accessory mounting and debate about classification. Community discussions about legality across countries and jurisdictions. Expect local rules to vary. At a price of $249, it's an accessible option for enthusiasts who want high-capacity slingshot performance without breaking the bank. Use cases and limitations. For target work and small-game fieldcraft, the RSX-7 Doomsday offers a low-cost, repeatable solution. The magazine makes follow-up shots fast, though accuracy at 300 feet on small targets requires consistent form and observation. Owners should consider ballistic differences between ball bearings and a bolt, and the logistics of carrying magazines for extended sessions. The RSX-7 Doomsday Slingshot is a provocative, budget-friendly tool that pushes the slingshot concept into rapid-fire territory. It's cheap enough to experiment with, but buyers must do their homework on legality and safe handling. CA09 Coil Accelerator. The CA09 Coil Accelerator is the outlier that reads like laboratory kit and late-stage prototype at the same time. This is an electromagnetic launcher, a coil gun, built to run on low voltage and throw projectiles at rates up to 2,400 rounds per minute when pushed to its limits. The projectile velocity at over 140 feet per second and a retail price of $1,600. That combination makes the CA09 coil accelerator an intriguing bridge between hobbyist hardware and practical, rapid-fire experimentation. Power system and charging. The CA09 coil accelerator runs off a lithium-ion polymer battery bank that charges in less than 1 hour. Expect real-world runtimes to vary by power setting and shot cadence. The claimed figure for rounds per charge is up to 500, which implies a duty cycle tuned for short bursts rather than continuous sustained fire at maximum cyclic rate. Thermal management is going to be a primary limiter in prolonged use, so consider heat sinks, cooling breaks, or a staged firing plan. Ergonomics and feed system. The platform appears to be purpose-built for high-rate projectile delivery rather than precision marksmanship. Feed reliability and projectile concentricity will dominate accuracy at the low velocities given. Practical accuracy is likely useful for close-range pest work, target drills, or demonstration rather than long-range performance. Projectile choice matters. Because these projectiles are accelerated using magnetic fields rather than combustion, they must be ferromagnetic or contain magnetic mass that both constrains and focuses the ammunition supply. Use cases and safety. At 140 feet per second, terminal energy is modest compared to centerfire or even many high-powered air platforms, but the sheer volume of fire can create pressure effects and logistics considerations. Buyer beware. Electromagnetic launchers fall into regulatory gray areas in many jurisdictions. Prospective owners must check local law. Steambow Fenris. The Steambow Fenris magazine isn't a weapon in itself, but an accessory that materially changes how you operate a compound bow. Designed in collaboration with a noted archer, it delivers a 5-arrow magazine that attaches to most modern compound bows, enabling rapid reloads that blur the line between single-shot archery and volley fire. The design claims compatibility across a wide range of modern hunting bows and promises robust construction to preserve accuracy during repeat shots. Function and fitment. The core value proposition is firepower density without the added complexity of a crossbow or mechanical repeater. A 5-arrow magazine gives you multiple follow-up options without breaking position, which can be decisive in hunting situations where initial hits need quick follow-ups. Mechanical fit and tolerance are the critical factors. A magazine that moves the arrow knock point or changes the bow's balance will cost accuracy. The Steambow design emphasizes positive lock-in for each arrow and minimal shift in the center of gravity. Field considerations. Noise signature, arrow retention under cover, and the effect on aiming and follow-through are practical problems to evaluate. The magazine necessarily changes how you think about shot cadence and ethical follow-up distances. Quiver integration, arrow selection for magazine feed reliability, and compatibility with broadhead profiles all matter in real hunting use. Price near $599.99. Umarex T4E HDX. The Umarex T4E HDX is positioned as an extreme less lethal option that borrows the visual cues and handling of a pump-action shotgun but uses compressed gas to launch projectiles in the .68 caliber family. The rugged full-metal receiver, a massive muzzle brake, and a tubular magazine holding up to 16 projectiles. The heavy construction brings total mass above 3 kilograms, which helps manage perceived recoil and supports accessory mounting. Propulsion and gas logistics. The HDX relies on an 88-gram carbon dioxide capsule as the common power source in many editions, while some models accept two 12-gram cartridges in series for redundancy. The high-powered 40-joule variant uses the 88-gram capsule and claims a useful standby life and ready state maintained by a quick-pierce system. Realistically, magazine capacity and gas supply determine training throughput. Prepare multiple 88-gram capsules if you plan long drills. Handling and modularity. A full-length Picatinny top rail and an underhand guard rail system let you mount optics, lights, or lasers. The weight distribution induces a stable sight picture but penalizes rapid offhand transitions. That trade-off is expected for a platform designed to convey authority and robustness. The tube magazine gives good capacity for close defense drills and allows the user to load a mix of payloads but requires magazine management discipline. Price near $249.99. SABRE Pepper Launcher. The SABRE Pepper Launcher sits at the other end of the spectrum. Lightweight, point and deter, and designed for non-lethal area denial. It sends forward pepper-powered projectiles at velocities up to 350 feet per second and an effective range of approximately 60 feet. The device is marketed as no recoil, with front and rear adjustable fiber optic sights for low-light alignment. The retail package includes 7 live pepper powder projectiles, 7 inert practice rounds, 2 12-gram carbon dioxide cartridges, a practice target, and a padded carry case. Design and use. The launcher's lack of recoil and ergonomic lightness mean it's easy to train with and to keep in a high readiness position at home. The inclusion of fiber optic sights and a rear grip safety emphasizes safe deployment and improved aiming under stress. The lack of recoil also reduces flinch training and makes rapid, accurate engagement more likely for average users. Logistics and legal considerations. Pepper projectile effects vary with distance, wind, and clothing. Users must understand that chemical agents can have prolonged effects and may carry legal restrictions in some jurisdictions. Budget for replacement pepper projectiles and inert training rounds. Price near $125. Hatsan Factor Sniper L. The Hatsan Factor Sniper L is presented as a purpose-built compressed air rifle aimed at long-range accuracy with heavy pellets and slugs. The core engineering choice is a long steel barrel surrounded by a quiet energy barrel shroud that incorporates an integrated sound moderator. That moderator, mounted around the barrel, reduces the acoustic signature by approximately 50%, a significant improvement when you want to minimize range disturbance or avoid disturbing wildlife on a hunt. Ballistic performance and regulation. The Hatsan Factor Sniper L is reported to achieve up to 213 joules of muzzle energy in the 7.62mm caliber configuration and up to 229 joules in the 9mm configuration. Those energy figures place it well inside the class of high-powered, pre-charged pneumatic rifles that can ethically and legally be used for medium game hunting in jurisdictions that allow air rifles for such use. The rifle also uses a built-in regulator to hold the same working pressure from shot to shot, which is critical for repeatable accuracy and consistent point of impact when you are dialing in scope 0 and pellet selection. Ergonomics and accessory fitment. The Hatsan Factor Sniper L includes multiple Picatinny accessory rails, both under the plenum and on opposite sides, which allow the user to mount bipods, laser rangefinders, lights, and vertical grips. The rail layout suggests the manufacturer expects the platform to be heavily accessorized, and the integrated shroud leaves room for optics and attachment without interfering with noise suppression. A long overall length and solid mass support a stable sight picture, but the added weight is a consideration if you plan to carry the rifle for extended stalks. Price near $1,319.99. Gamo Arrow PCP Air Rifle. The Gamo Arrow takes a practical approach to modern pre-charged pneumatic engineering. The Gamo Arrow in the source is a pellet-firing pre-charged pneumatic rifle with a multi-shot rotary magazine that holds 10 pellets. It is available in .177 caliber or .22 caliber, which positions it as a small-bore precision option for target shooters and youth hunters alike. Sound suppression and charging. The Gamo Arrow features a shrouded barrel that uses a dual-chamber sound moderation system called Whisper Fusion technology. That system routes the pellet through 2 separate chambers to compress and dissipate the sound signature. The result is a platform that is quieter than a conventional unshrouded pellet rifle and more range-friendly for early morning or backyard practice where noise matters. Capacity and ergonomics. The 10-shot rotary magazine plus the aerodynamically friendly charging handle system called Arrow Straight makes the rifle comfortable to reload and ambidextrous in operation. The manufacturer claims 60 consistent shots from a single fill at optimal pressure, which gives the Gamo Arrow a practical balance between multi-shot convenience and manageable pressure logistics. At a reported weight of approximately 5 pounds and with an open sight option, the gun is described as a youth-friendly hunting dream, light enough to carry and robust enough to hold point under typical field use, priced near $229.99. What you've seen here isn't a parade of gimmicks, it's the practical edge of kinetic engineering, where compressed air, magnets, and clever mechanics buy you real capability without traditional ammunition. These platforms each have trade-offs, logistics, legal status, and real-world terminal limits. Treat them like tools, test them, train with them, and match them to the mission you actually face. If you want a quiet precision rig, a high-capacity, less lethal option, or something that simply expands your skill set, there's a sensible pick in this lineup. If you found this useful, hit like and subscribe, and turn on notifications for firearm standards so you don't miss the detailed tests, chrono numbers, and follow-up live demos coming next.